Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Okay, I've been putting this off for a long time. And the reason is I don't want it to come across as if I'm being cocky, in your face, this type of stuff. And the thing is being an American is really special. Now, and when I say American, I'm talking about United States type American. I know we have North Americans, South Americans, Central Americans, and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, and the reason it's important that I even talk about this is it is very important, and if you understand why and how it's important, it'll make your life easier, not only outside the United States, but even in the United States. We're going to start, and I had somebody mentioned in a comment, because I went back and I saw where my father was born and raised, and we are like our father, and I'm half Chinese. And the thing that was odd is my father he knows how Chinese are supposed to be, and I wasn't a good Chinese kid. And in his world, I gave him a lot of problems. And the reason I gave him a lot of problems, he didn't understand fully what being an American really meant. This is why I wanted to make this video. So I say I'm half Chinese. The other half is American. And that American side really shined. That's the stuff that he wanted to kind of put the fire out and try to get me to calm. But what I've learned is, and people say, well, you try to blend in when you go to places. I don't. I learned a long time ago, there's no way I can blend in. Like in China, there's a lot of Chinese taller than me. I'm 6 foot. There's a lot of Chinese taller than me. So, but now I will admit, getting certain parts of the world, I am taller than most of the people. So yeah, you'll stand out. But that's not what I'm talking about when I stand out. My demeanor, the way I carry myself, the way I act, the charisma that I have is American. Now, I'm not saying that other countries don't have it. I mean, when I talk about my friends, those Playboy, Latino Playboys, wow, man, they've got their own charisma, and that's what I'm saying. So, but as an American, there's certain things that we have just by being an American. And this is what I want to talk about. Well, for one thing, I mentioned I don't give money. I'm not a money kind of guy. One thing that I've learned is when you give anybody that needs money from you, if you give them $5, they would rather have 10. If you give them $50, they'd rather have 100. If you give them 100, they'd rather have 1,000. You know what I mean? It just people that need money, just it seems like you can't satisfy them. And even if you give them 5, next week they want another 5. Okay, so that's why I learned a long time ago I don't give money. Most of the time I give opportunity. And but what happens? Well, let's just talk. Okay, when bandits and these kind of people get a hold of you as an American, they automatically think hey, they're American, they got money. And in general, an American that's not well-traveled will get scared. And when they get scared, they give them money. And because they don't have any other plan. That's the only plan they got. You're the one with the gun. You tell me I'm not supposed to give you money. Well, then, hey, I'm going to give you money because you don't have another plan. So, and that's what they look for when they stop you, and then they're profiling you, and they say, oh, he's American, he's got money, and then so they want to scare you to get the money. Now, if you have another plan, and then you don't give them money, well, the thing is, for one thing, killing an American ups the ante on them getting caught. In other words, it's easier to victimize your own country people. But when you victimize an American, that makes the news, and it puts the pressure on the law enforcement, and so they're going to come get you. And so they try not to kill Americans. That's why it's a big deal when American tour buses and are bombed, or Americans are kidnapped. They make a big deal about it. And it is a big deal. Now, they will, I'm not saying they won't kidnap you and kill you, but what I'm saying is they know when they do that, things are going to get a little hairy. So that's how come I've learned to deal with bandits a little differently than other people. And let me see. This is leading me to another part, and that is, I'm nice. I'm nice to everybody. And I told you, I've got people that are drug cartel. I've worked on their families, and I've given them gifts. And, they're not fancy high-dollar gifts, but I give things away. The generosity of the American is what that's one of the things that stand out. And and then at the same time, I've got Mexican Secret Service people that I go see whenever I'm down there. I cover all the bases. And the reason is, I don't care anything about the kind of stuff you do, because I know there's people that do bad things, and I've even been known to do things that have been bad. I'm not saying I'm all squeaky clean, but the thing is, I try my best not to hurt people, not to do bad things. And that's what I do when I'm with these other people, is I let them know indirectly that they won't be torturing, killing, and intimidating, doing all that kind of stuff when I'm here. Now, what they do when I'm not here, that's their business. But when I'm here, we're not going to do that kind of crap. That gets their respect. And that's one of the things that makes Americans more respected. We have morals. We have a value system that we live our lives by. And the better, you have good and you have bad in every place, but even on Americans, the better Americans improve their values. And we all basically have the same morals, I guess is the way to say it, but we ignore a lot of it. We know what's right and wrong, but there's times we have to ignore it. And if you're not testing your morals, then you don't know when those different times are. So, but like I say, we do have, like I say, these values and morals, and that's what separates Americans from a lot of places. Now, I'll tell you, I've got tons of videos talking about what happened down Central America. So I want to talk about more what's going on in my Asia experience. And like I say, I'm just here in the United States for a little time, and then I'll be going back into in some cases the jungles, in some cases in the cities. So in Asia, and I say the reason I'm talking about this, you know, I knew in the Western Hemisphere Americans they're a little different. I knew that. Now since I've been in China and I've spent some time, it's not like I'm just some tourist going in there. I mean, I've spent time and I've traveled, I've got around, and I've learned the American is different again, but in a different way. And here I'm going to have to make a part 2 on this. So this is Mike, NoStressMike.com.